Welcome to the Sad Girls Club podcast.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Paige.
And we're here to talk to you about life.
And anything that comes to mind.
Because we don't have a set script. One day maybe we will, but not today.
No.
Should we tell that story?
That's a good story. So I did not know. I knew that you had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or you were seeing someone because you came round and you told me. And I was like, who? And you wouldn't tell me.
Well,
you told me his name was Tom and that he lived in a different town and that he did the same job as you. But he had several jobs, did Tom. He was a delivery driver. He then worked in a call centre.
So, right, this was my reasoning behind it. And so I did have a boyfriend. I couldn't tell anyone about my boyfriend because I didn't want my ex-boyfriend knowing, because there was a lot of money involved. That's the main reason. We had a house to sell, so there was a lot of money on the line, and he is the kind of person that would make it difficult if he didn't like something.
Yeah.
And
he was making it difficult as it was.
yeah, it was already a difficult situation. And you are a terrible liar.
I try, guys. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's not that I don't trust you, it's that I don't trust your face. And you were still with someone that was close to my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he is the world's biggest gossip. He loves a bit of gossip. He runs to us all the time, tells us stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he would have took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
And if he asked, and he would have quizzed you.
Yeah.
And
but I fully believed you.
And yeah, but he did quiz you about it. But because you didn't know, and you were like, no, she's not with him.
She wouldn't be with him. God, absolutely not. And the funniest part of that situation, for me personally, was when I broke up with my partner, he said, don't be getting with your partner. But I didn't know it was her partner. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to flirt with him. And I got so close to doing it, but I couldn't bring myself to, just because he wasn't my type.
Imagine if you hadn't, he'd rejected
I would
you.
have been so offended. I would have been like, excuse me?
But, like, so that was my reasoning. And I couldn't tell you who my boyfriend was, but I couldn't pretend to be single because I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship. So if you were going to try and start taking me out and wing womaning me, and I could not be with these people, I had a boyfriend, so I had to make a boyfriend up. And because you're so forgetful, I just told you anything and you believed it.
I remember getting really suspicious one Sunday night though, because I asked you what you were doing and you said that you were spending it with your boyfriend, and I was so confused by this because I was thinking, right, you work, because you were a delivery driver at the time, you worked all these nights, he lived an hour away according to you, right? And I was sat there thinking, we had made plans for the following Monday morning, and you were saying...
Were we going for a run?
Yeah, and you were like, well, I'm staying at Tom's tonight, this imaginary man. And I remember thinking...
And I'm getting to yours for our fate.
Yeah. I thought, you're finishing work at midnight, you're driving an hour, and then you're back. And I didn't quiz you on it, I just accepted it. I was just like, yeah, no, whatever, she must just... I was just so confused.
He had to live far away, so you couldn't meet him.
Yeah, and then one time she told me they broke up.
Because it just got too hard.
You were like, he's doing my head in, we've broken up. Because the money was meant to come in, and then it didn't. It got pushed back, and it got pushed back
Yeah,
again.
it didn't. That's another thing. It didn't mean to go on that long. It was over a year, wasn't it?
It was literally like Monica and Chandler out of Friends. Like, our other friends discovered it. They figured it out, and I was like Ross.
Yeah, people were finding out left, right and centre. And it was just stupid little things like we never told anyone, but someone saw my car parked at a garage and my boyfriend wasn't in and I'd gone away, so they put two and two together.
Yeah, you'd gone to the same
and
place.
And it's like, please don't tell anyone. And then someone else found it, so please don't tell anyone.
And I'm just sat there, and then it was your birthday, the money finally came in.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, and you text me and you were like, money's in, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I'm just sat at home, what do you want to do? Because I didn't have Mabes. And you were like, right, I'll meet you at the top of your street in 5 minutes. So I was like, well, what are we doing? Do I need to be dressed nice? Like, what's going on? I've just got out of the shower. And then I came out of my house, met you, and I said, so what are we doing? Like, are we going for drinks? Like,
You looked at me up and down. You went, are we going for a run?
yeah.
Because I was just in a baggy t-shirt and
I
cycle
was
shorts.
so confused. I was like,
You were in a dress.
Yeah, I dressed nicely because I didn't know what we were doing. And like, I still thought you lived at your dad's.
Oh, yes.
So we were walking and I was like, where are we going? What are we doing? And you went, we're going to my house. And I was like, this is not the way to your house. And you went, where I live with my boyfriend. And I was like, excuse me. And you went, I've lived with him there since January. And I was so confused.
So 6 months.
Yeah. And then we got round the corner and you were like, oh, somebody's arm is hanging out the window. I wonder if that's Charlie. Or are we allowed to say Charlie's name?
Why not?
I wonder if that's Charlie, which is your other friend.
Who'd come down for my birthday.
And I was like, and we were walking up the stairs to your flat and you were like, do you feel nervous? And I was like, yes, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is so secretive. I don't know why I haven't known that you have not lived at your dad's for the last 6 months. And then all of a sudden I'm walking up these stairs and we go into this room and our friend stood there, who we're both friends with. Charlie sat on the sofa and you go, this is Charlie. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I know friggin' your boyfriend that well. Yeah. And you were like, and this is my boyfriend. And I just stood there and I was like, what? And I think it took me like 3 hours to understand.
Just sat on the sofa like shell-shocked for a good couple of hours.
I was angry and I was shocked and I was happy for you, but I was confused. And I remember Charlie offering me some chocolate, being like, do you want a drink? Do you want some chocolate? I was like, I don't know what's happening.
How else do you do a boyfriend reveal? And I remember, because when I lived in that flat for 6 months, and you, for the whole, like, honestly, don't lie, because it gets hard. And so you had to still believe I was living at my dad's, because you'd want to come round to my flat, and he'd be there, and all pictures are on wall. Every time you come round, I'd have to take them all off, and you'd be like, well, how can you afford this on your own? I'm like, oh, I'm rich.
And then, like, we used to go running, and you used to go towards your dad's, and you used to get annoyed at me, which I found out afterwards when I'd walk with you to, like...
That's what I was... The amount of times we'd meet, or we'd be walking back from town, and you'd be like, oh, I'll just follow you your way. And I'd have to walk past my own house because she thought I lived further down. So then I'd have to walk all the way down this bloody hill with you, you know, that hill, past the graveyard, all the way down, walk up towards my dad's house, keep turning around like this. I'm like, right, she's gone. Double take back and walk all the way back up to my own house.
This is why you don't lie.
I got my steps in.
I just could not believe it. And then I remember sitting there and thinking, like, of little things that didn't add up. And I was like, I trusted you. I believed you every single step of the way. And you lied to me.
You shouldn't have such a bad poker face. Then I'd have... told you.
Or, just hear me out. Don't lie to me.
But after you knew... he was asking you, do you remember? And you were pissing yourself laughing at him.
I know, I just can't lie. I really do try, that rhymed. And I can't. I just sit there and I grin and then I laugh and I just didn't know what to say.
Do you remember I've told you about it after. Do you remember that time when, because obviously I would park my car outside the flat, and my car was parked right at the top of the street, nowhere near my dad's, and we were walking back from town, and I realised that my car was there, and my car's quite recognisable from the back, so it's got stickers on it. And we were just walking closer and closer towards my car, and you were rambling on about something. And I wasn't listening because I was in panic mode, because I thought, you're going to see my car and ask me why it's parked there, and I'm quickly trying to think of an excuse as to why my car's parked there. And you're like, so I said this to them, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm like, shit.
And you're like, isn't it quicker for you to go down there?
I just pushed you away. You're like, your house is so much quicker if you go that way.
And I was just like, all right then. I guess I'll see you later then.
Completely cut off the conversation. Goodbye.
I know. I probably wouldn't have even have clocked your car either. I'm always in my own world. I would have just been completely oblivious to that. And you would have had to have walked past your own car once again.
Yeah.
So funny. I remember being a bit confused walking back thinking, well, why didn't she walk this way with me? Because like all the streets connect to the same road, and we lived off the same road at the time. Well, I thought we did. So I was like, oh, that was weird. There was lots of little things that I was like, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. But I just took you for face value because I believe you, and I think that you would have never lied to me, but you did for 2 years. And I will always hold that against you.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I deserve it.
I can't wait to lie to you when I'm never going to be able to do that because I'll laugh.
Oh, have you got a boyfriend? And then you'll laugh. I'm like, okay.
She has. Or I'll laugh because I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm in a messy situation. So there is that. I feel like our friend, you have your life together and I don't. We, as we've said on the lives multiple times, this has snowballed massively, like a lot quicker than we thought it would. We thought we would be launching our podcast in January next year. But you guys asked for it, so we thought we would give you something while we get our shit together and figure out what we're actually doing. We are also looking into merch because we've had a lot of requests for that, so that is on our list. And next we're going to film a podcast short, aren't we, of red flag submissions.
Yeah, we've got, the inbox is full.
We haven't read any of them yet because we want genuine reactions.
I am dying to read them. You know, when you go through and you can see the previews, and I'm like, I need to know the rest of this story. I am dying to open them.
Stying. And we are aiming to release a podcast weekly. Yeah. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss or you want any advice, we're going to try and do a segment on each one, answering some DMs and questions and reading out some stuff. So we will try to do that. We are going to do some fun YouTube videos, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got some challenges coming on the way.
So we'll do some of those. We're just a bit here, there and everywhere, really.
Just like our lives.
Yes. So tune in. I mean, what day are we going to release this?
I don't know.
Okay, so whatever day we release this one,
we'll let you know.
And we will be releasing them on the same day, preferably each week. So stay tuned. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's decided they want to listen to us.
And if you've got this far, you need a medal.
You need a therapist. See you next time, I guess.
Thank you from the Sad Girls Club. Goodbye.